right, family. As you know, this is a very joyous day and a sad day in the kingdom of reptilians. Because one of these mile markers has been cut off at the ankles and kneecaps. Their champion, Donald Trump, another one of the captains of industry of evil, a lie master, a low vibratory creature from the pit of hell, has been brought to justice. And it's just another...
Excuse me. This is
yes.
Simona Osmond. How you
Glad to hear your voice.
All right. Continue.
Okay. I was just saying that it's a joyous day for heaven, and hell is weeping right now and trembling because they know that the scales are about to get scraped off their back. Because one of the champions of evil, Donald Trump, and lies and backstabbing and low vibrations has just been toppled, cut down to the ground. The way the Most High promised it would for the third and final time. But it's kind of a sad event at the same time because it is really sad that these things could fall so low that they would force the hand of the righteous like that. So, come in. Who's got that first spiritual experience they'd like to share with us? Mute your phone. Start with your phone sound.
Back.
I'd like you all to try to give me... Lamona, what is your opinion about what happened with Donald Trump today?
Well, I just looked at it. Let me say, this is how I personally feel about Donald Trump and about Joe. I don't trust.
Either one of them. I knew you were going to. Yeah.
I don't trust. I'm looking at what Joe Biden is doing.
Y'all keep in mind, I know where all of you all vibrate. Remember that. Okay.
I just thought. I mean, he's taking all these migrants and throwing them down the throat of black people. I'm looking at what Joe Biden is doing.
Right. Okay, now the next person in regard to Donald Trump, I'm trying to say, Farasa, let me ask you, what do you think about what happened with Donald Trump today?
It was way overdue, and I'm just waiting on July 11th so he can get some jail time.
All right. Now, that's what's happening. Now, Patah, what do you think about what happened to Donald Trump today?
You had it coming?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I know. I just thought it would be a little stronger response. Okay. Patah, what do you think about Donald Trump's being found guilty of 34 felonies today? Amanda. I'm doing it in sequence. All right. Anybody else on the phone, please tell me in class here what your opinion is about what happened today. This case is a mile marker.
Good. Hey, my bad to bad rubbish.
Yes, I love you. All right. Who else?
It also just shows that you're not too big to be dealt with.
I love you. Very good. How about the young new man?
I really didn't see much on it, but all I know, it's been long overdue. And it was very obvious.
Yes. Well, one thing is you all can take your feet off the brake about FEMA right now, because at the very minimum, it's been put on pause. Because he had a very tragic plan formulated for you all, him and his cohorts, all those filthy creatures. All right. Now, who has that first spiritual experience they'd like to share with us? We don't need to waste any more time taking out the garbage. Who is it?
What was the question?
Who has a spiritual experience they'd like to share with us? The first one. There it is. All right. Then who has that first question? Let's get started with this question and answer class. Who has the first question?
I don't have a question, but recently, I've been able to see people's auras, like the different colors and the outsides of their heads, and it's by accident.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've always been capable of that too. And I'm going to tell you something amazing about a mind melt and how we meet. Because you're going to see your own aura tonight. Because tonight I'm going to have a spiritual blue light healing session again. So you all better make sure everybody that you're concerned and care about is present. Okay, who got that first question?
I have a question.
I'll do my best if you speak up, please. Remember that they play with my phone, and when I play the class back, I hear all of you clear, but they have my phone, just like my TV and my electronics, that they attack, okay?
At certain times of the day, I can see...
No, you gotta speak a lot louder than that. I heard at certain times of the day, but it's really like a little ant.
At certain times of the day, I can see objects out of my peripheral vision, like someone's passing, or there's something there. Can you explain the significance or what the peripheral vision catches or what it is?
Yeah, well, to a degree, because I haven't shared in your personal experience. But with peripheral vision, it's because you have a curvature in your retina. When you're sitting across the table from somebody, if you want to see their aura, for example, you would focus your sight directly on the third eye area, because it's actually the pineal gland is located in the center of the brain. But if you focus it right between the eyes, then with your peripheral vision, you'll be able to see their aura appear. So what I'm saying is that your peripheral vision offers you advantages that direct sight may miss. So a lot of times, because the aura is what you might call interdimensional, a lot of times in your peripheral vision, you see interdimensional objects and beings pop up. You have to remember that everything is located in the same time, in the same place, just vibrating on different frequencies. You follow me? So, all these things are within your sensitivity, the sensitivity of your perception, but you're not dialed into certain frequencies. It's like a transistor radio as compared to sophisticated state-of-the-art equipment can tune into a lot more different stations or a more powerful telescope that can see things that a weaker one can't see. You follow what I'm saying? It's not that these things are not already there, but in order for you to pick them up and perceive them with your senses, you have to be acutely dialed into that frequency. You follow what I'm saying? Or capable of reaching that height, that frequency. Just like people that never see auras or don't experience interaction with extraterrestrials or UFOs, everybody has three parts of their brain, and one part of their brain is a reptilian brain. That reptilian brain is really grossly physical and vibrates at the very slowest and lowest possible rate. So those beings will never dial in to paranormal phenomenon or anything like that. But you all beings that are capable of having OBEs, moving stars, and seeing auras, and having interaction, seeing crafts, etc. like that, rejoice in the glad tidings. Because you just up the ante in your possibilities of making it through the new heaven and new earth. And welcome home. But I hope that addressed it some. If not, just rearrange your question and approach it again, please.
No, thank you. No, that's fine. Thank you, Messiah.
Very good. Next question.
I have one.
Okay, go ahead, son.
When I be talking to people, or just in general, I see flashes of light, like in anywhere. I could be outside, I could be in a room, and I just see light flashing in different areas.
Okay, you see light flashing in your peripheral and away from your eye?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the same thing. That's a sign of being spiritually intuitive or sensitively aware of dimensions that other people don't necessarily perceive. You follow? Which is a strong indicator that you belong to the star seed family. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
In other words, there are beings that are involved in the Earth genome that are from outside this planetary star system, from other worlds and planets, galaxies, other timelines, and other dimensions. But we've all agreed in a coordinated effort to focus our essence here on Earth at this particular time, Donald Trump, in order to assist the Earth's task in the overthrow of all these reptilian negative forces that are trying desperately to impose themselves upon you. For example, I spoke last time about a planetary star system, Sirius A, that is the most visible star in the night sky. It's the dog star, right? Sirius. But this is really a star system that's composed of three other major stars, Sirius B and C. C is interdimensional now, but B was a very vibrant star at one time that Nibiru, on one of his planetary shopping journeys, especially in pursuit of gold to repair its then depleting atmosphere from a plutonium bomb that was set off by Humbaba, a reptilian sluggard that was invited to risk. It drew too much energy from the star and it collapsed. And as a result, the beings that inhabited worlds that revolved around that star or sun. Because let me tell you something. If your sun goes out, the one that you depend upon every day in the sky, if it goes out suddenly, everybody on Earth will be frozen to death in 15 minutes flat. I want you to understand that. 15 minutes it would take for you to freeze to death. And that's what happened to them. And they mounted up in crafts and took out behind the Nibiru in hot pursuit. Angry. Like the Veldekians were when Nibiru accidentally hit their planet. These are cosmic accidents, but they do happen inadvertently, spaced by eons of time. On his travels, Nibiru passed by Earth. One of the places that regularly went for planetary shopping because the gold here in this world is very good. And it was an opportunity for these reptilian beings, the Nomo by name, to drop off into Earth because they had made up their mind in agreement that the first time they found a water planet that was in the Goldilocks zone, and it seemed to have the proper elements and soil and atmospheric conditions to support their type of life or somewhat similar to it, they would claim it for their own because they felt that they were owed a world to substitute the one that they had lost. And that could be a reasonable argument or something up for dispute, except you have to wonder, would that be fair to the occupants of that world at that time? But anyway, they dropped off, and one of the recorded landings was in the Yucatan, coast of Mexico. A violent explosion that caused atmospheric problems, and it's recorded in history that you all can look up right now, the explosion in the Yucatan. And then from there, because they were water beings, mer beings, they circulated all around the planet. And we went over last time how they ended up in the east of the coast of Mali, a country in Africa where a lot of Egyptians had migrated to. And they would come up out of the water in the evenings as Amun-Rayay, or ugly water beings. Basically, the females would come up because they had a much larger lungs and capacity to breathe and could stay out of the water as long as they would come in the evening to prevent the sunlight. Just like, let me go back a little further. You had two species. You had many species, the Fanine, Seraphat, Garabat, Thrones, Archangels. But the two, you should get some sleep. The two primary species were seraphim and cherubim in the heavens. And when they incarnated on earth, they manifested as the two races, the two dominant races now that you described as black and white, the seraphim and cherubim. But they would come up out of the water, and the males sometimes, and they would teach these people in Mali, these tribal people, architecture and medicine and the sciences of astronomy, etc., in exchange for them bringing them virgins so that they could mix with in order to tie into the vine, to use the bodies of the human people as vessels to allow them to navigate on the physical plane comfortably. That's where you get your story of King Kong from. The big giant came and they had the fort built up, and he would rail against the people and threaten them until they would submit and bring out Ray or the little white woman, and but it was ridiculous. He was such a giant that she fit in the palm of his hand, so it wasn't possible to have physical copulation. So I don't know. But that's what it was. Every time he demanded and threatened that they would have to bring out a virgin and tie her to a stick out there in order to appease him so that he wouldn't tear down the walls. That story came from these reptilian, and as a result of them mixing with the human genome, they did create giants in the earth. There were giants in the earth in those days, like Og and Goliath, but also intellectual and spiritual giants with the amber or red ore. So son, these ores that you see, what color are they basically? The colors. Son? Hello? You told me that you see auras sometimes.
Oh, the color of the people's auras? Sometimes they're gray,
yes.
Some people's are white, and some people's are blue. It depends on who it is.
Okay, when you see a gray aura, let me caution you, son. I don't know who you see it on, but be very careful. When you see a gray aura or a black aura or a red aura, but especially gray or black, these people are thinking like Jeffrey Dahmer or something very harsh. You know what I mean? Because the aura is a dictionary of your emotions and thoughts. You follow?
Yes, sir.
And if you can read, yeah. So I'm just trying to give you all a heads up. But the aura that you'll be experiencing tonight with me will be predominantly blue, and for some green, or a combination of...
Can I ask you a question, Ackman?
Sure.
All right, now, when you said a green aura can be something, would you explain that? You said a green, or you got to watch it if the aura is green? Because I thought when you have a green aura, that's very healing.
Well, it is, and so is the white light to a certain extent. But green is a combination of two of the primary colors, yellow and blue. So it's not this very strongest light. You know what I mean? But green is the light that is reflected by the fourth plane of Malakut of the angelic realm. You follow?
Mm-hmm.
This is the realm that is lorded over by Michael, the Archangel Michael, even though he spent most of his time in Lahut on the higher planes with the Most High. But that was the realm that he mastered or ruled. Right? And it is a very powerful healing force. But then again, so is the white light. Because many angelic beings that manifest here on earth, they come in a white light.
Mm-hmm.
You follow? Green is good. If you see a green aura,
you made a statement that if you have a green aura, watch that person if they have a green aura. So that's why.
No, you misunderstood what I said, sister. I said,
okay.
He said somebody had a green aura. I told him to be cautioned about that. Green.
Okay.
Yeah, not green. Green would be a sign of benevolence, okay?
Green would be a sign of what?
Benevolence, Ramona.
Okay, I got you. Okay. All right.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next question. But as far as evidence of those beings on Earth, know that they thoroughly saturated the human genome, and everybody you see has been touched by their presence, even physically, and especially spiritually, as demonstrated by the news that you watch every day, and even people in your family, in your social circles, and on the job. You can see that presence is in the world, and it's extremely malevolent. It's disagreeable at best, and evil at its worst, in the purest, deepest existential sense of the word. In fact, these people in Mali were manipulated genetically so horribly distorted that if you look it up right now, that there are many among their tribe people that they call the ostrich people that have these bulging, large eyes like fried eggs. And they have their feet extended, two very large toes like an ostrich. So I would like somebody to look up those people in Mali right now with the ostrich people, and then report to the class what you see. But you can see that reflected in the names of things like the city of Los Angeles, which is Spanish for Los Angels, or motorcycle groups like the Hells Angels, or that child that was born that many of you mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, remember, that little girl or boy that nobody could sleep, they cried all night, was always in trouble. Huh? Do you all remember a child like that? These are fire children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those fire children are in the world.
Toes.
Yeah, those ostrich people among the tribesmen in Mali. Yeah. Look up the Dogon tribes of Mali, ostrich people with two large toes. Let me see. Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of them right now.
I can see it.
Very good. Describe it to them so they'll know, and they might think you exaggerate, but describe it to them clearly what you see.
Right, so the foot of these people, or the feet, literally looks like two toes. So imagine one huge big toe, and then there's a split, and then you have the rest of the toes. So it looks like it's actually an ostrich foot. You know,
it's got only two big giant toes, look like the top of a letter Y, and two big bulging eyes.
The huge gap in the foot, like a split.
That's exactly
almost
right.
Like a claw foot. Yeah.
I love you, Cheryl.
Yeah.
You see, because you all have a responsibility to yourself to not believe me, but to check these things out. so that you won't be thinking in your mind after class, well, Amun said this, Amun said that. You need to know these things for yourself. And you can ask yourself, let Harry see that. Why is it that you have on your commercials now, when they're trying to sell products such as detergent and toothpaste, they're starting to inject giants all over the place. Giant women dressed in togas in front of sand castles and giants walking. Where are these giants coming from all of a sudden? Don't you ask yourself? What is the subliminal meaning behind this? Because if you're not asking these questions, you should be. Wake up. These are the forces, the principalities and wickedness in higher places that are trying to keep people asleep from the land of Nod, like you sleep. They're against what you call woke, W-O-K. These are the people that's trying to get rid of the books about the history of black people, etc. And they don't want anybody to think, because they figure to themselves that they're seeking some type of a shakor or blessing under the cloud of these lies that have been perpetrated over the 6,000 years that they've been here. And that's what the war is about today. Because it's easy to tell that a white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Understand me? So what they glory in, their pleasure is your pain. It's like you glory in truth, they revel in lies. Okay? Now, somebody else had a question. It was a sister?
Yes, that was me. I do have a question.
Very good.
Okay, my question is, I know this is the final cycle, right? Because there were 4 cycles, 2 moon and 2 sun cycles. And
this is equinox.
This is the last sun cycle.
It's not the final cycle, the final cycle in this equinox.
Yeah. So, I wanted to know, with that being said, what's next? No more cycles, so what would be, next?
Well, what it is that you got to remember this is a thought world, and you're moving into a higher vibration, a less dense vibration. As people move heavenward, back towards the higher planes from which we have fallen or were sent down. I sent you out a DVD, not just you, but many of you. Well, there's 2 little white girls opened up the DVD and they were sitting on a higher plane and discussing with mental telepathy how one of them had a visit to Earth where people believed in time and death and all these things, and they thought it was so very funny. And Lavina Love, described and explained it with overjoyed enthusiasm, and you'll be receiving DVDs like that in your spiritual practice, of course. But it demonstrated very clearly that the majority of beings or entities, over 2/3 of them, which maintain the ether papers and still reside on higher planes, think it's very strange, sick, and even funny that beings could have fallen this low, become human beings, beasts, and even lower in vibration. But it's true. But now it's time for those that are capable and qualified to wake up again to reach the higher planes. Now let me tell you that among you, there are beings that their light is increasing. Listen to me good. There are among you beings that your light is increasing. And unfortunately, among you, there are those and their light is decreasing, which is more than a subtle indicator that you're headed spiraling towards heaven, up towards heaven, or in the wrong direction. So I would strongly insist, or suggest rather, that you contemplate your thoughts and actions and try to change your mind on your former beliefs, because, in short, your heaven or hell could be dependent on it right now, Cape Top. Don't be arrogant and stubborn and persistent and doggedly persistent in these outmoded, old, evil, lying, twisted, sick ways that you created inside of your mind. Looking at the world through a rose-colored glass, you better stop doing it. Because Donald Trump is a strong sign that shit trickles downhill, and it won't be long before it hits you. So wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking. Time to think in the head. Okay? I love you all. Understand that. That was my motivation for coming here. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be here. But I understand, like the source, that in the reality of oneness, that we were all brothers and sisters in heaven. And I formed relationships and alliances with many of you, and I still love you, and I hold true to those bonds. I'm a serious ride or die guy, and I really hold on to that. As much as I've been tormented by many of these things and tortured, and those of you that know the story of the Messiah Jesus know that it's been something that beyond moral capacity to handle. But even the elders laughed at me and said that you couldn't change, the devil can't be reformed. You know, that you all are set and your mind is locked in concrete. In fact, the Most High himself said in the Holy Tablets that he's given the minds of the fallen angels unto Simjaza, the head of the fallen angels. We're just saying directly that you no longer have the capacity of free will or thought, but your mind is automatically his, and you think like the devil. Period. There was a student we had, Marquita Love. That poor thing was a reptile that looked human at times. She wrote a 3-page, I don't know what it was, a confession, a story, or whatever it was, synopsis. And I read that thing, and I'm telling you, it took everything in my power just to finish the reading, because I've never seen such disgustingly sick. She poured her mind out on paper. Like she wanted me to see the way she sees things. You know, like a devil will tell you, well, that's the way you see it. You know, you got your mind, I got mine. Well, the mind they got is some sick, twisted, man, you talking about some ugly shit. And it's not even vaguely, it's not even waving at two ends of righteousness or what's correct or fair or anything like that. It's just dark, filthy, ugly, twisted, sick things. Their mind is, there's nothing you can comprehend or understand. There's no sense, no light, no anything, no joy. There's nothing in it except ugly, twisted, indescribable, just darkness, ugliness. No sign of divine love or the Creator or reality anywhere. And they go through life like that. And it's hard to believe, but all through your lives, especially you older people, back before this time of resurrection was here, these evil beings blended among us so successfully that many of you couldn't tell one from another. Or you could say some things about that man or that woman, you know, but they blended in pretty good. But you see now that the golden children, the star people, are back. We're raising up the consciousness of the people by our very presence. The vibrations are coming like the 100 monkey effect. And you were once in the winter of your spiritual lives. Like I told you before, you could be walking through a park with your child, and they say to you, Mom or Daddy, what kind of tree is that? In the wintertime, you would say, well, I don't know. Because they were all alike. Barren and they look all alike. But now as that heat is raising, the vibrations are raising up, and this is going to be the hottest summer that you ever experienced in recorded history. That fall has come out, and those trees are beginning to sprout. The buds are coming out and they're blooming. And now it's becoming much easier to judge every tree by the fruit it bears. Because now you can say, son, that's an apple tree. Daughter, that's a pecan tree. Because you can judge the tree by the fruit it bears. So what was once inside of those trees that you couldn't see during the dormant moon cycle, because of the raised vibrations is coming out in the open, and you can see the devil or the God that was inside of them come out in the open. You follow me? And you can see it all, just like with a rose bush. Not only the roses, but you can see the thorns as well. So you're starting to wonder to yourself, what happened to so-and-so? She or he sure all of a sudden have changed in character or nature. They used to be nice, and now they was always in there, but they hid it. You follow? Now, what I'm here to collect and gather are those people with the deity inside of them, the God, the divine love, the oneness. And it's easily measured by those people that are very interested in posting up the truth, all of getting these classes out to the world to try to wake up everybody in the world. They're motivated to do that. While the others, they're fighting against woke. Even if it's an involuntary actions. If they tell themselves, well, I don't have time for that. I got too much to think about it. You know, I can't worry about other people. I got too much on my plate, this, that, and the other. Well, that's the reason why you have so much on your plate. Because if you don't have time for the others, then the collective is not concerned about you. Can't you see? So do unto your brother and your sister as you would they would do unto you. I'm not saying that you should all go out and be martyrs like Martin Luther King and stand up on a stump talking about I had a dream and I won't get there with you and this, that, and the other. You don't have to let them blow your head off. Because know that now, like that DVD with the little white girls and Divina Love, that you're raised up into another vibration. In fact, when you see your auras tonight, or when you go out and move stars tonight, know that you're vibrating on a frequency that these demons just cannot reach. You see, the problem not to rid of the difficulty, but the difficulty has to rid of the problem all the time, is you wanted to fight them on the physical plane, and that's their domain. They live in the toilet. I'm not even suggesting remotely that we go out and throw bricks and bottles at tanks. That's his world. He's a killer by nature, a liar and a killer by nature. You follow me? You have to meet them on the battlefield of the soul. They don't have a chance there because they don't possess one. The older ones, if you remember, when you used to look at American Bandstand and Soul Train, and you used to just laugh when you looked at American Bandstand, how the rhythm went one way and they went another. It tickled you. But understand, for example, you can look up in Joshua 5 of the Bible. Somebody should look it up right now. King James, Joshua 5. The Amorites and the Canaanites were chasing the children of Israel to the Reed Sea. You call it the Red Sea now. Well, this was actually the Jordan, rather. But like what happened in the Reed Sea or the Red Sea with the children of Israel when Moses took you out of Egypt, that Jordan River was parted for you all too. And the children of Israel walked through it on the dry land. And when the Amorites and Canaanites, which are Caucasoids, they got there, the Jordan River closed up again. And right there, they lost their spirit. their ruach, their soul. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Cool. Eluzubulabinas, Melikinas, Irahinas, Min Shadril Waswasukanas, Alaziz, you always sufficient Durinas, Mina Janati One Nas. Degree of the men and protection from the slinking devil. It's true. All right. Who was that next question? Family? It suffices to say that I'm here tonight because I love you all. And I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that we're joined together in heaven again in our long home. Go ahead, son.
No, it was me, Amun. I got another question.
Oh, I'll do my best.
Okay. My question is, are the Eneds still here in this realm?
I'm one of them.
Trying to help us?
And the Ogdale is also here.
Okay.
Yes. Next question. I'll tell you with this healing session tonight that many of you are going to receive a healing for problems you didn't even know you had. Right? But when I get called to perform a session like this, it's also preventative. You hear me? And I hope you never discover what it is that you were healed from tonight. Next question. It's real.
I heard you answer this question before, but I wanted to ask because I know people that are in here are wondering as well. Who do you finish the prayer? Like, who do you?
Say it again. How do you what? Wait a minute, son. How do you what?
At the end of a prayer, how do you end
it?
Like in the name of
Amen or Amen or Amun, which is my name. It always has been. So people have never completely forgotten that the Most High, the head of all the deities, is Amun, right?
Yes, sir.
But these sick beings have moved you away from that knowledge and from that reality. Now you have Father Babianu that's coming back with all his information telling you that it's Amun's time to rule again. Right? In this cycle.
Yes, sir.
Because from 1970 to 2000, which was the first half hour, it was Malachi Z. York's time to rule. He broke the seventh seal in 1970. And from 2000 to 2030, August 12th, is Amun's time to rule, the second half hour, the final half hour. And you find, if you go back over all of his previous works, his CDs, books and lectures, his holy tablets, even the Holy Quran, the Injil, that it's more talking there about Amun, which is another name for Jesus, or Horus. Sananda is my galactical name. But that's all he's talking about, is the return of the Messiah. That's why he was sending to prepare you all for my arrival. But you'll find that many of the beings that will not make this trip, they're gravitating towards beings that are not the real Messiah sent here. But they might like their demeanor or something about them, or they're just like beings that follow the crowd. like Noah's flood. And they gravitate because you see, I have a magnetic charge. Cherubims have an electric charge. And they're attracted to that. But if a child drags a magnet through the sand and picks it up, they get the creeps when they see all the metal shards sticking out like a porcupine. But again, you'll never see rocks and glass and wood and paper, etc., stuck to the magnet. No attraction. So I can move all through the world. Many are called, but very few are chosen. Only those beings, those seraphim with a magnetic charge, will cling to me. But the vast majority of the people are going to cling to the electrical being, the cherubim. You follow? Because out of every 999, one to the garden, 999 to the fire. Those are terrible odds. But I'm here for the elite few that'll make that ascension. Follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love you. Ask the people with you. Give me their questions personally, please. It can be about the Bible. I'm also a ordained pastor, and I'm also a imam, a Muslim imam, an Egyptologist. So I had to be trained like Lottie Dottie to have something for everybody. So let them be free to ask their questions, please. Anybody here want to ask questions about Christianity and why we moved away from that?
I have a question.
Very good.
The connection between the word God and Gad.
Between God and what?
The Gad.
Gad? Okay, that's a German, like good, Dios in Spanish, Brahm in German also. You have many names for gods in many cultures, but they're all making reference to the same being. Okay, Heaven?
I didn't know it was me. I've been trying to hide my voice.
I'm sorry?
But I thought that the name Gad was another god.
No, it's not another God. It's another name to the same God. They're making reference to the same one, just like Jesus in English is Horus in Egypt. It's Jesus in Spain. You follow what I mean?
I understand.
There are many different names for the same. I'm sorry?
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, just like water is they call water, which is the same substance, by many different names in different languages and different cultures. You follow me? But they're all making reference to water.
Okay. So God and Gad is not separate because.
No, they're not.
It says that God.
They're only separated by a language barrier. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But the meaning is identical. They're all making reference in a very poor way to the Creator.
I know.
The ultimate reality.
Okay.
Next question.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
I want you all to know what time it is.
I got.
Go ahead. Your question is?
No, please finish, and then I ask.
It's time. She finished.
Okay. I just wanted to go back to what I asked you. So, are you in contact with the other Inez and Agdo?
Some of them, yes, very much so. And we're actively working on projects outside of this class. Yes.
Well,
yes, I am.
How will we be able to continue to commune with them?
You have to raise up in frequency and vibration. In other words, you have to make the journey within, turn yourself inside out, so that you can remember how to tune into certain frequencies again. Because it's just like your television system that you look at every day, and you may have cable with 100 channels on it, but when you tuned into channel 19, that's all you see. But it doesn't mean that all 99 of the other channels are not playing as vibrantly. They're all playing simultaneously. But you're tuned into a certain frequency, and that becomes your reality. That's why I told people earlier that when they see these flashing lights and these auras and these different things, if they're experiencing alternate realities, they're dialing into frequencies. Just like when you call on a landline on a phone to somebody else, and there's 10,000 calls going through the same line, and they're all on their own frequency. When you dial a cell phone, beep, 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 boop, 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 all those are frequencies you're dialing into. And if you get one number wrong, you end up somewhere else. But every now and then, when it's coming over the phone line, the frequencies get mixed. And you hear somebody like a party line, I'm from Canada, who are you? How did you get here? And you know, or older people remember looking at television. And sometimes the taxi cab driver or the police would come over the TV. The frequencies mix. Or sometimes you would be in a crowded home at an event, lights are bright, you walk into the kitchen and come back into the living room, everybody's sitting around and talking under this bright light, and you get frozen for a moment, and you stare at everybody because you don't want to change anything, because what it is you've heard this conversation before, and you know what they're about to say next and all of that. But you know that if you say something, that they're going to deny it or try to change that reality. So you just stand and you just watch in amazement. But you get into, like John, that was raised up in the Spirit on the Lord's Day over 2,000 years ago on the Isle of Patmos, and the book of Revelation was revealed to him, Revelatio, or the book of Revelation, and he saw the future like you do sometimes in a dream, when you see things that you haven't experienced yet, and then when you wake up and 2 weeks later walking around the earth plane, that exact event plays out, and you tell the person next to you, I saw this in my dream 2 weeks ago. I knew that was going to happen. I saw that. Well, the thing is, in the physical plane, you have physical eyes and hearing, a heart, etc. But your eyes have a much weaker muscle matrix than your mind's eye or your third eye. Meaning that you can look around the room you're in right now, and your vision is restricted to the parameters of the room. You can't see past the walls, floor, or ceiling. But if you close your physical eyes and use your mind's eye, you can see your car parked outside if you want to, your mother's face, or your best friend on the playground in third grade. And a lot of people will say, well, that's memory, but it's not. Because when you're dreaming and you see the future, you got to remember, how do you remember the future? How did you see something 2 weeks before it happened on the physical plane? Which eye were you using to see that with? It was the mind's eye, the eye of God. He created you a solid and clear black mud, fashioned in the shape blue and stepped into your nostrils, and thus you became a living soul. That's short for solar plexus. Like the sun in the solar system, as above, so below. It's the center of that planetary system, and planet just means planet ET. Your solar system revolves around your central sun, or the light of the Most High, just like the planets revolve around the sun. and it gives off light and heat, just like the sun does in the solar system. That's why you maintain a constant body temperature of 98.6. Or you burn calories, or you're capable of getting a fever, or you can be angry and raise your kundalini. And below you is the atom, the quark at the center, the father of energy, with the electrons revolving around it. Just like in school, when the teacher drew it on the board, it looked like a miniature solar system. Because as above, so below, everything's in the same place at the same time, vibrating on different frequencies. Don't you see? So, the kingdom of heaven is within you, as described by the Bible. But the Bible also tells you that God is in heaven. So if God is in heaven and heaven is in you, then where is God? So why are you looking for him in the church down the street or the temple down the street when God is in the temple, which is the place on the side of your head next to your ears, and your eyes are windows to the soul? He's that one inside of you that has that muscle matrix that's much more powerful than your physical eyes. He's the one that can see through the walls and back in time and the future. He's the one that has the inner heart, the inner hearing. So that if you sisters are cleaning up your house all by yourself and your child or significant loved one is thousands of miles away and you hear somebody call your name, them, and you respond, yeah. And then you feel embarrassed because you remember you're the only one in the house. And sometimes even the phone will ring and say, all right, Mom, I was just thinking about you. Boy, I heard you call my name. And they just don't say anything about it, but they know you from being a child. They know what you mean. Or your child calls you up from college and disrespects you on the phone and breaks your heart. They don't break that cow, but that physical muscle that pumps blood. It's your spiritual and emotional heart that they break. They break the heart of God. And it can hurt much worse. Make your heart hurt. So you see, when you beings start cutting yourself inside out in your perspective of who and what you are and make that journey within and start remembering things that you used to know but have forgotten by time, you reconnect with the reality of who and what you are. You are all, and that puts you in tune with all frequencies, all planes, all beings at all times. Just like tonight when we perform this spiritual blue light healing session, and afterwards when we start moving stars all together, I'm going to connect with everybody's mind that is vibrating on the right frequency, on a high enough frequency, and they'll see the miracles unfold. And by that, you and I will know that you're chosen. And for the rest of you, I suggest you keep trying. Because, what else is there to do? Where is there to go except where you don't want to? But you have to know that when you can't see the truth, it's because you've become disconnected from it and dislodged from it in some special little, sometimes cute little way. You've divested yourself of reality. Because with some people, reality is unfolded in a way that makes them uncomfortable to the point that they create fantasies and they live those fantasies and they say, well, this is the way it is. Whatever they feel comfortable with. And they eject everything that makes them feel uncomfortable. But with that, you throw the baby out with the bathwater. Know that. Because truth and heaven are synonymous. The Creator and truth are one. So you're not going to lie your way to a truthful God. There's no need I'm not going to pretend with you like that. And I can love you so much that it'll hurt. But in the end, it's going to create a mafal in a smile. Yes, go ahead.
That's right. This is Jahada. I was invited into class by my auntie Zakia. Oh, Daddy.
Oh, I'm glad to hear your voice. I really am.
I was just listening all this long time. I didn't realize I would have had to just announce myself to you so you know that I'm here. I'm very much more so a listener than I am a talker. Some of the things that you are mentioning, because I am a practitioner of Reiki, obviously.
I am too. I'm a Reiki master.
Yeah, and I a lot of what you're saying is things that I do every day. Like I do a self scan, body scan. I do different breathing techniques. I do the air drawings of the Reiki symbols, things like that. So a lot of what you're saying, like I already understand. I already have begun this process of vibrating on a totally separate frequency. And what you were mentioning earlier, it's sort of equivalent to what people call like deja vu, like
exactly.
somewhere before. Or if you're, when you're sleeping, your body actually goes on a journey. Your spirit, your soul actually goes out of your body, to a journey. And
could I help you with that a little bit? Throw a little light in blind corners? All right. The deity inside of you, the one you call God, is the inner spirit, and it's really a ball of light about the size of your fist that resides in the center of your solar plexus. During the day, the spirit and the flesh are like two equally matched warriors grappling for dominance, because the carnal body is what you call the shade thing or clay thing, the reptile or the physical being, the devil. And the spirit is God, the inward spirit. And if you go, for example, to get something to eat, and you see a pig foot there, you know how I am, it is forbidden. And you see a salad, and you have a taste for the pig foot, but the Most High, God inside of you, tells you, no, you don't need that, get the salad. And they go back and forward inside of you like a duality, like the devil on one shoulder, the angel on the next. So sometimes this heated battle translates into open verbal conversation, and you arguing with yourself, and your child in the next room say, Mom, who you talking to in there? And you laugh and confess, you caught me, child. I'm in here talking to myself. Remember that?
Yes.
Until one or the other wins, you either eat the pig foot or the salad. But at night, when the physical brain and the body shuts down for slumber, the inner being, the spirit, God never sleeps. So that light in your solar plexus raises up in vibration and acts freely on the flesh. It'll travel up the light corner of your spine. That's Jacob's ladder with 33 notches, and it corresponds with what they describe at 32 degrees in Freemasonry. And that line will raise up the seven seals, chakras, or planes, all the way to heaven, seven heavens, you follow me? And as it's ascending up the escalator or elevator of your spinal column, like Joseph has a dream of the angels ascending and descending up and down the ladder, his eyes were closed, he was dreaming, so he saw that in his mind, and that ladder was his spinal column. Well, when that light travels up past the laryngeal seat, first it'll pass by Malachite, the lowest breastplate, the realm of the angels, in the laryngeal seat, the pineal gland, and it raises up to the crown molar at night sometimes, all the way to the top, the seventh plane. And that's the soft spot on the baby's head, but there's an etheric cord attached to it. It's thin, transparent, hollow tube about the diameter of a thread. It's likened to the umbilical cord that's attached to the walls of the uterus and the mother. So in essence, when the baby is born, the cord is cut, and the baby dies from out of one reality, and when turned upside down and spanked, and it begins to cry, the pain causes the baby to inhale oxygen, which is flammable. And second, that's the life force, or prana described by the Greeks. And it circulates through the nasal cavity, or the pyro on the face, and it's the arterial circulatory system, and it deposits this life substance and oxygen in every cell in your body to sustain life. And then eventually, that oxygen and prana hits that light in your solar plexus. That, because it's flammable, the oxygen ignites and creates a spark, like when you turn the ignition on in a car, and it creates a tumbling, like the pistons. That binds the spirit to the mud, the physical form, to create the living soul. And you begin your zero time reference here on earth. You follow me? So that's what's happening now. At night, when that light gets up to the top of the crown molar, it'll raise up in vibration at the mouth of that etheric tube, sister. And it makes it expand in the opening, like a woman dilating to give birth. When it's wide enough to accommodate that light, the light travels up out of your head into that hollow tube. And that's what people describe as going through a tunnel in out-of-body experiences. And then you have a sensation like sometimes like you're flying and floating in this dream and going all over the place, traveling, as you say, a journey. And when you get through going every place, seeing people, some you never met before, then you felt like you were falling. You were actually, that's how you fell from heaven, too. Remember that. You didn't fall from the sky. You actually slid back down that tube, popped back into your head to reanimate your flesh again with your consciousness and essence. And some of you tried to move too quick, and you thought you couldn't move, and the country told you it was a witch riding your back. It's called sleep paralysis. You have to be patient enough to allow that light to travel back down the light cord of your spine. You'd probably be seated in your solar plexus in order to trigger electrical impulses so you can operate fingers and hands and your fingers, toes, and feet, and you can operate that body again. You follow me? And that's what the OBE, or out-of-body experience, or astral flight, is about. You hear me?
I remember.
Yes, I shared my daughter. I said she loves the subject and study of astrophysics.
Yes.
That's her thing. She loves that. And hopefully next class, I want to see if I can get her on here as well. Her name is Amina.
Very good. She's a Muslim, right? Okay. I want to introduce myself. I'm also Imam Ahmed, okay?
Imam Ahmed?
I'm Imam Ahmed Abdullah Muhammad Al-Mahdi, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I have right
Man, I believe in Allah's bushes, angels, messengers, and the final and last day, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah. Al-Bi'i al-Haqiqa.
Let me ask you a question, if I may. Of the one thing that I kind of go through is, like, if I'm having a particular dream, and it feels like whatever it is like trying to keep me in the dream, like, and you know what I'm saying? It feels like you're being pulled into a dream, and it won't let me like get up. And was that what you're saying about sleep paralysis?
No, not quite. But that also is an experience that many people share with you. And that's not a bad thing. It's really a good thing. Because your higher self is compelling you to raise up in consciousness and shift to the other reality. Because you understand, when you start talking about, biblically speaking about, there'll be a new heaven and a new earth, for the former things will have passed away. By that, what we're saying is that wherever you're sitting right now, if I ask you, are you a physical or a spiritual being, what would your answer be?
I'm a spiritual being sitting in a physical.
That's right. You're both. You're spiritual and physical. Except that the spirit is not of this world. Very good, son. The spirit is not of this world. You follow me? So what was your original question or statement? What was it?
The original question was, like, what happens when you're in this dream and it's
pulling you, won't let you.
Well, it's pulling you, but it won't let you wake up. And I guess some would liken it to maybe like a nightmare or something like that.
No, it's not a nightmare. You might liken it to that, but it's actually your higher self that's trying to compel you homeward again to stay in the higher realms. Because when you make the ascension, like many of us here will, to the new heaven and new earth, there's a description in it for the people that's saying there'll be no more hunger, no more thirst, no more pain, no more sickness, no more death, no more crying. for the former things will have passed away. Well, let me inform you all, as long as you have a physical body, you're going to experience these things like sickness and hunger and cold and death and crying, etc. Right? But the spiritual, your spirit sister, does your spirit get hungry or cold?
I would say hungry.
No, it does. Your spirit can't get hungry.
Okay.
Your body can.
Yeah, your body gets hungry. Oh, I see what you mean.
Right.
Yeah.
So you see, when you turn yourself inside out and your perspective of who and what you are, and it doesn't mean that you have to die to go to heaven. You can raise your vibrations up now, turn yourself inside out and become an avatar or Ilamu-Tajazada, divine incarnated in flesh. That's how God walks in the cool of the garden. But your emphasis is not on when you, for example, when you're in the kitchen trying to decide between the pig foot and the salad, and your higher self says, get the salad, you follow the higher self instinctively because you know it's the right thing to do, and God is never wrong. Just like you've had that intuitive voice tell you as a child, don't pull up that old lady's flowers, or don't mess with that little girl or little boy. But you just like something about them, and you ignore that higher voice, and it turns out that they are bad. And when it turns out wrong, you sitting there looking crazy, and some adult that doesn't smell with you, little girl. Something told me to stay away from that, not to do that. I knew I should have followed my what?
Intuition.
Your first mind. We have to return to the world of the first mind, to the spirit. Don't you see? So in heaven, it's not saying that you won't have a physical body or be able to commune with people just like you do here. There are people that exist on the spiritual plane right here with you right now in the same place, even dinosaurs and people with flying saucers, but you're not vibrating on a frequency on that to tune into them, their station. But when you vibrate on their frequency, you'll be on that channel. You won't be on channel 6, you'll be on channel 19. That channel already exists on your TV, but you can only dial into one frequency at a time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And they got us vibrating. They got us dialed into the wrong frequency. We march into the devil's beat. You hear me? We done dropped down on the wrong damn channel here.
Yeah.
And it's not funny. It ain't fun down here.
No, it's not.
So some of your family, like me, have volunteered to come back and reach and get you all and bring you back home. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You all are immortals. You're gods is what you are. The Creator only enters into equal relationships. I want you to know that. And for you to be created in His image and likeness, look at Psalms 82, verse 1. God, capital D singular, standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He dwelleth amongst the gods. God, singular with capital G-O-D, and gods with small G-O-D-S, plural. Verse 6, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. The implication being, if a dog have a puppy, what does that puppy grow up to be, sister?
A dog.
That's right. So if you're a child of God, what are you going to grow up to be?
A God.
Yeah, but some people growing down to be a devil, you see?
Yeah, and that's what you have to be on your frequency to understand the house.
That's right. You got to be on the right channel. You know what I'm saying? These clowns on the wrong damn channel, but they doggedly persistent. They just go hold. Okay, but they just go bite down, bulldog. You know what I'm saying?
Does that also equate or is equivalent to when you hear like a ringing in your ear, like a very loud?
Yes. A high pitched frequency, you mean?
Yeah, I hear that so often. Like.
Okay, let me tell you what that is. Okay. Well, it is the Elohim.
I was about to ask that.
Eli, La Sabathani. Eli is singular for Elohim, the Most High. My God, my God. Well, Elohim, or those beings, what they do, and we call them Anunnaki by many different names, Riskians, they're in tune with you. They're children, and like me, they haven't forgotten you. And they exist on higher planes, like the fifth plane, but sometimes they get in contact with you and they dial into you, just like on TV when you hear that message. Had this been an actual event, we'd have given you times and places to be at this location, etc. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Right. They tune into you to keep you tuned into their frequency. Because, sister, they know that the day gonna come when you hear that, and then there's gonna follow instructions for what you should, where you should go and what you should do. You follow me? Because they're gonna save you. For example, they'll tell you where to meet the crabs, because you too will be taken up like Moses, Jesus, and all those before you. The reason why we can't just come out right now and tell you where to meet the crafts and give you directions and times is because there are other people listening. Many of these reptiles are listening. And it's not for them, right? And people will say, well, they can't stop those Elohim from no, they can't. But they might be able to stop you all from getting to us. You hear me?
Yes.
So we figured out a way to let you know without them knowing. You hear me? And that high-pitched frequency is the way we do it, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're starting to feel better now because things are coming much clearer, right?
Yes.
I love you.
I mean,
welcome home.
Thank you.
There. It's always been there.
I know.
A lot of those things are in that I've kept within me come from the teacher Malachi.
Yes.
These are things that he taught us. So everything you're mentioning is just like so familiar. Even when you said, "Have I not mentioned it to your guys?" That's one of the things you say all the time in Psalms 82.
Exactly. Well, you know, Malachi and I are one. We are the same soul, vibrating on different frequencies. It's true. He says in all his literature and all his spiritual letters to me, you and I are one. Let us shine, let us shine, let us shine.
And you just answered my next question, which was, are you and Malachi? And in my head, it was in sync in one where he's like talking to you, through you, things of that nature. So.
Well, we're one. Exactly. We talk to one another.
I said that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
You see, what it is beings like us come in a cycle like a baton race. You know, it's a team. One will start the race off, and then the other will have the stick in their hand, and they run and catch up to them. By the time they get time and they give the stick to them, then they take off. You see, we relay it to every successful brother or sister until the ultimate one comes in with the last one comes in to cross the finish line, right? You see, I'm the last one to go across the finish line. Do you understand? But let me ask you, which runner could we have won the race without? Which runner was most important in the race? None of them.
You?
No.
None of them? No.
No, because without the first runner, you wouldn't have the last one going over the line. So there is no big or small in the eye of all, you see, sister. Make no distinction between his messengers, his disciples, and his prophets and apostles, his angelic beings, his scriptures. They all come from the same source. You follow? So the last is not greater than the first, nor the first greater than the last. You hear? In other words, Elijah Muhammad was before your time. But he's real. He was actually the spirit from Elijah the Tishbite in ancient days that brought the water down on the sacrifice. And at the end of his mission, he went up into a fiery chariot in a double portion, which was John the Baptist. and later incarnated for the second time in the Jordan River to baptize Jesus in the Jordan, right? And when he dunked Jesus down in the water to baptize him, there was a craft that appeared over them, and a light came out the bottom of it, was the angel Gabriel, and went and descended into Jesus under the water and ushered him away into the wilderness and paradise, into wilderness, where he had to take on the 7 tests. And when John the Baptist tried to find Jesus under the water to pull him up, he couldn't find him. He searched the waters, and all the Roman centurions along the hillside were standing up on the levees and standing because they were waiting for any mistake, because they were afraid of John the Baptist because of the large crowds he drew, but they couldn't find anything against him, a reason to arrest him, but they arrested him for the murder of Jesus, his own cousin. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because John had that same spirit of the angel Gabriel in him, because Elizabeth was overshadowed by the Holy Ghost just like Miriam was, and he and Jesus were born only 6 months apart. John was 6 months older than Jesus. So he didn't kill Jesus, of course. But then that's when he had him in the penitentiary, in the dungeon, and the girl Salome had the king make she dance for him, and then demanded John the Baptist's head on the charger. Remember that? Well, Elijah Muhammad incarnated for the 3rd time on earth in Sandersville, Georgia, as Elijah Poole. You call him Elijah Muhammad. He had a 3rd grade education and built up a nation that powerful. He was Ummah, unlettered, mother taught, if you remember that. Just like Muhammad was, because I'm one of the 3 men, and I'll show you what the 3 men are in the next class, because we have to get to the healing. But I'm Aphid in birth, Muhammad in prophecy, and Mahmud in the end. Right? So Muhammad was unlettered. When he was up in Mount Hira, and he had the spider grow the web over his cave so the townspeople couldn't find him, and the angel Gabriel descended to him and said to him in a ball of light, Ikra bismi Rabbi Alenka, read in the name of your Lord, who created man from a congealed clock. And he said, I am not a reader. Gabriel said, Ikra bismi Rabbi Alenka, read. And he pressed him hard and shook him. And he said, I am not a reader. And Gabriel said, your Lord knows best what he created, so read. And Muhammad started reading. A lot of people thought he was reading the Quran, but he hadn't. The Quran hadn't been revealed to him at that time yet, because he hadn't been called to his mission. He was asked to read the Old Testament. You follow? And then he was given the surahs. He was given the knowledge to the surahs to the Holy Quran later on. But he was unlettered. So my point is, Elijah Muhammad, in a 3rd grade education, he did something that PhDs could never do. He raised up a nation, and he was illiterate. You understand? Why did the Most High do that? He chooses people like that to let you know it's not university, it's universal knowledge. It's from him directly. You follow me? He chooses unlettered men and women because they are women too. He sent 124,000 prophets, 315 apostles, and 113 messiahs, and 1 Mahdi, Ahmed. For every generation and time, in order to raise you all up and bring you back home before time get beyond repair. Now, we've been talking so long that it's time now to go out and move these stars, and when you come back, we're going to start this healing session, you all. Put this in there. Make sure it's clean, please. All right, sister, I really definitely want you to go outside and look at a star. Or the moon, if you can see it. Because you're going to move whatever you see.
All right.
Jahala, you hear me? Okay.
Yes, let me go outside. Hold on.
Very good. You can feel it's going to happen, can't you, John?
Actually, I can.
I know. It's like you said, it was always there, right?
Yep. Always so.
It was, and you knew one day you would find out the whole truth, didn't you?
Come on out of here. Okay. Sorry, that's my cat. My cat just always wants to be up on me.
All right. What do you see outside? Because, Jahada, I stay inside the room with my door closed and the light out. I just make a mind link with you all. Anubis is going out the room right now. She's going outside. Pull the door, Anubis.
I'm going outside.
Yeah, she just went out. She's going outside. She's going outside right now. But they leave me in a dark room, you see? Because I do this with my mind. Just look for a star over the top of your head. Just a minute. And we need all of you to go out.
That's a selfish ass nigga. Do for one, do for all. Fuck. That's what nigga just do. I don't have no fucking skills.
And everybody, except people that have a tendency towards the reptile, you know, they don't want to go because in the back of their minds, they don't want it to be real, you follow? Or they'll just say, I've seen this, I've already, you know, I don't need. But what they don't realize is that the more you practice this, the more you tune into that frequency, you follow? The more you do
it's been
it.
raining all day here.
Okay, I understand that. I was making reference to people that don't go outside because they're not going to make the truth.
What?
Because they think they're giving credit to God for the truth, you know. All right, Jahada, what do you see in the sky?
The sky of the airplane, I do see about 4, and it's funny, it's funny, 4 stars that are in a position of a backward.
Okay, wait a minute, Jahada. Look for the brightest star that's got us all by itself. Just one star, real quick.
Okay.
You got it? All right. Now say move to the left in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Move to the left. Well, what do you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not surprised, are you?
No.
I know.
No.
But it feels good to be back home, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, raise up. Now, tell it to move back to the right, Jahada.
Move to the right in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Moving right.
I love you. Now tell it to raise up. Wow. Tell it to raise up, Jahada, in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Raise up in the name of Amun-Rayay. I feel like it's coming toward me.
It's going to do that in a minute, too, but it's going up. Now tell it to drop down.
Drop down in the name of Amun-Rayay. Oh, wow.
Now tell it go in the circle. Tell it go in the circle. Tell it go in the circle clockwise.
Go into a circle clockwise in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Now Now tell it to come closer to you.
Come closer to me in the name of Amun-Rayay.
I'll tell it to go back.
Go back.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you, tonight you're going to see your aura, Jahada, you know what I mean? And it's going to be a healing that's going to go through you. And it could be you could be in perfect health right now, but it may be preventative healing, you know? But these are ways that you see, Jahada, these are ways that I know you and you know me. You follow what I mean? We know each other. So now you know who sent me, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Both are Messiah.
And I know who sent you. I'm the real Messiah, yes. All I am is a vision of love from the Most High to you, an expression of love. He loves you. All right, who's going to move something next? I love you, Jahana.
I'll go next. This is Anuki.
Okay. What are you going to move, Anuki?
In the name of, I'm going to move the star.
Okay.
I see it. In the name of Amun, move up. It's moving up.
Move it up.
In the name of Amun, drop down. It's dropping down. Wobble a little bit.
Yes, wobble.
In the name of Amun, move to the right.
And moving to the right.
To the right.
I see
In the name of Amun, move back to the left.
You see it moving?
It's moving left.
In the name of Amun, make a clockwise circle.
And it's going clockwise.
I love you, Fatah. What are you going to do in Washington, D.C. for us, son? You going to move the same one or a different star?
I love you, Messiah.
The same one.
I love you all more. What are you going to do for us, Fatah?
A different one.
A different one. Very good. Let me know when you're ready. You see it.
I do.
All right, I see it.
Right. In the name of Amun-Rayay.
What are you going to make it do?
Move to the right.
Oh.
In the name of Amun-Rayay. Going right.
Okay.
Move to the left.
To the left.
Move to the left. Oh, it's fast.
Stop going clockwise circle. Going in a circle.
All right. I love you all. What do you see in London, Cheryl? London. Cheryl, what are you going to do for us in London?
We're overcast today.
Okay. You know, we can move the clouds whenever you like again. Or anybody else who's going to move something for us?
I will.
Okay. Very good. You in Florida?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Marua. What are you going to move?
I want to move the whole creation.
Okay. The whole creation. Which way?
Go up.
Go up.
One up. Drop down in the name of Amun-Rayay. Dropping down.
Mm-hmm.
Stop and go to the right. Go to the right and then Amun-Rayay.
All to the right. I'm sorry.
Going fast. Stop and go to the left. And then Amun-Rayay.
Go which way?
All through. Go to the left. All correct.
Oh.
All correct.
And it's moving to the left?
Moving left.
Going fast.
Yeah. I got excited. Yeah, I got a little excited because I was moving the wrong way when you told me, that's all. But look here, I love you all. Let's get on this healing right quick, though, okay? Family? You all ready for the healing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. You all need to get inside and find a very comfortable spot. You don't want the light on. You want to lay with your back flat. Your feet about 2 feet apart. Don't put a pillow under your head. I want your spine straight. And your arms away from your side. And when you get real comfortable like that, I'm going to give you some breathing exercises to do before we start this healing journey. And everybody needs to mute their lines. Star 6 your phones, please. Hold on. You want ambient light. You want like a candle lit or a light coming through a curtain in another room, but you don't want any direct bright light. You want to be able to see your aura.
Come on.
Now look out, so I'm coming with you. Just a minute, you all. I'm trying to get myself together here. Is this your... Edward? Make it fall. Hurry up and look at it. Okay. All right. Can you all hear that Om in the background?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You got to mute your phones. Star 6 your phones. We hear background chatter. Johanna, can you hear that Om in the background?
Yes, I can. I didn't know this. Probably packed, but I can everyone mute their phones?
Okay, Johanna, can you Can you all hear the Om sound in the back?
Yes.
Okay. Now is everybody comfortable? Laying on the bed on the back. You all right? Everybody in London okay? Lay on your back. No pillow under your head. Keep your spine straight. Feet about 2 feet apart and your hands at your side. Let me know when you all have achieved that position.
In position.
Ready.
Yes, sir.
I'm there.
All right. Just a minute here. Going the wrong time. All right, did you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Let me. I think that's a little bit loud. All right, can you all hear me better now? I need you to respond. I hear a lot of background chatter. You have to mute your phone. Star 6 your phone. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you. Yes.
Very good. Okay. All right. I need you to lay on your backs and this minute, I'm getting myself in position. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the stars. I'm going to meet with all of you minds and help many of you to raise your vibrations. You're going to witness your aura tonight, your healing aura. So, inhale through your nostrils 7 times. And with so much force that your head goes back, and then you exhale through your nostrils and blow out over your chest and body, La, and blow out everything negative and harmful to your system. Inhale. When you're inhaling through your nostrils, I want you to visualize the blue and green healing light. I want you to see it with your mind's eye, coming through your nostrils with great force and surging through your entire being, harmonizing, stimulating, and revitalizing and healing every cell in your body. So now let's inhale the first time. Inhale, through your nostrils, through your mouth, your nostrils, real hard, and see it going into you. And hold your breath. Let it go all the way down to your feet, all through your body. It's going to light up the inside of your body. That light is. It's refreshing. Your cells remember it. It stimulates them. They love it. You love it, and it loves you. Now exhale through your mouth, real hard. Blow every last disease particle and all negative energy out of your body, and negative energies, blow them out. All right, now inhale through your nostrils again. It's okay. That means you're doing it right. Just do it deeply and visualize the green light. Wherever attention goes, wherever energy flows, attention goes. Inhale. Visualize that light. It's warm and pervasive. You love it, and it loves you. Remember? Now exhale. Blow everything bad out. Now inhale. You have to see that blue and green light going into your nostrils. It's pure health, second prana. It's what makes the grass green and the trees green. It's the life force. That essence that comes from the sun. Through the walls, it comes into you. It's vitality and life and health itself. It harmonizes your cells, cleanses. Now exhale. Inhale. And visualize the whole inside of your body, like even down to your fingertips and toes, all of your organs and kidneys and your heart, lungs, your brain, everything is lighting up inside, like you can see yourself lit up inside. That light is perspiring through your skin intact. Now exhale. Inhale. Deep. Yes. Let that green light, that blue light saturate you inside. It's shining, it's pulsing inside of your being. Not a cell that's not saturated with that light. It's sparkling. It's starting to perspire through your skin. So it's forming sort of a glow around your body, your hands and arms. Now exhale. Now inhale. Let it saturate your body, light you up inside. And I'm doing this also for a very special family member of mine in New York, Topper's sister. She's having problem with her kidneys. I'm lighting it up for her through him from here. Now exhale. Inhale. Oh, it's warm and pervasive. That light loves you and you love it. It's familiar. Now blow it out. Don't blow out the light. You blow out all the negative energy and things that are inside of you. Now, while you're down in that comfortable position, keep your eyes closed and imagine a giant magnet suspended over you in the air, a spiritual magnet, and it's drawing out the residual or any mental. Oh, it's making me so. I'm sorry. It is drawing out all the impurities out of your system. Above all, you have to relax. Just relax and let go. Relax and let go. In fact, we're going to count down from 10. Every time I count down, you're going to drop down lower. You're going to drop down and relax and let go of your physical body. You're going to drop down. Okay. Mute your phone and listen. 9. Drop down. Relax. Relax and let go. Just relax and let go. Let all the tension leave your body. 8. Drop down. Relax. Let go. I'm helping you all try to focus it. Relax and let go. It seems somebody wants to talk. 7. Drop down. Let go. Relax. Visualize that green light. It's sparkling and pulsating through your being. Perspiring through your skin. 6. Drop down. Relax. Let go even more. Let that light overwhelm you. Let it take you. Become one with that healing light. 5. Drop down. Settle in and relax even more. You're becoming weightless at this point. Mute your phones. Please star 6 your phone. 4. Drop down. Relax. Let go. You are not that body. You are not that situation. You're only watching this happen from above. 3. Drop down even more. Relax. It's like you float on the water now. You're weightless. You becoming spiritual. Relax. Let go. Transform into the light. You are the light, and the light is you. 2. Drop down. Relax. Let go. Float on the ethers. Rock gently in the bosom of the Most High, with peace and security reigning on all sides. 1. Drop down. Relax. Let go. You are the light. Now I want you all to imagine standing across the street from your own homes, standing with me at your side. And you're curious and excited because you see a long tube of green and blue light sparkling, perfect, coming down through the roof of your house. And you look all the way up, it's like a laser beam, big around as a telephone pole. It's shooting out through your house, and the more you try to raise your eyes up to find out where it's coming from, the higher it goes until you realize it's coming directly from the source creator. And out of curiosity, we together walk across the street into your door, and we go through the house searching room by room to see if that light came all the way into the house. When we get to the place where your body is lying right now, we see that light again. It is coming through the ceiling, through the roof, and it's coming right down into the top of your head, your crown molar, and it's surging down through your body, all the way through your brain, sweeping out all the negative magnetic particles, all the mucus, all the obstruction, everything harmful to your system is being swept down into your neck and pushed down into your shoulders. That light behind it, like a powerful torrent, it pushes on through your fingertips and back up through your arms, and it meets in the center of your chest. And the light at the top of your head keeps pouring in stronger and stronger and surging like a powerful torrent. It's an irresistible force that can't stop. It's warming you. It's making you tingle. And it's pushing down through your chest and your torso. Now it's pushing down into your abdominal. And it's sweeping out everything negative. It's sweeping down past your body, deeper and deeper. It's into your thighs. That light is into your thighs. And it's sweeping through and pushing very hard past your knees. It's passing your legs, and it's perspiring through your skin to form a sort of a hymen or an aura around your body. You can feel the bottom of your feet begin to tingle as that light approaches your feet. It pushes down through your ankles. It's pushing down through your feet. Make sure your feet are not pointing at people. Push that light up the bottom of your feet. Now, when it comes off the bottom, when it breaks through, it's kind of dingy, kind of yellow, because it's got all those impurities and unhealthy things in front of it. Just keep it pushing down through your head and your body until the lighters are green and blue coming out the bottom of your feet and sparkling, just like the light coming down through your head. Once you've achieved that pure light coming out of the bottom of your feet, then cross your ankles. Make a circuit so the light can't escape. It won't stop pushing and building up through the top of your head and going into your body. But now it can't get out. It just circulates around and around, and this light is building up inside of you. More powerful, more radiant, more sparkling, more effervescent and light. It's starting to perspire through your skin now. And it's making your skin radiate. It's glowing, just like a radium dial in the dark. Now, open your eyes and hold your hand up. And spread your fingers. And you should be able to see the auras around your thumb and fingers now. A blue aura. Do you see it? There's an aura there. And for those of you that have a difficulty tuning in, just gently move your hands side to side and back and forth until you tune into that aura precisely. It's all around your fingers and your hands. And know that it's all around your body the same way. That is the healing light. That is your real spiritual body. That's the one that tells you eat the salad and not the pig foot. That's God inside of you. And the reason you can see God right now, Star Mover, is because you're vibrating on His frequency. You're walking with His Messiah. I'm His Son. And we love you indeed. Move your hands side to side very slowly and tune that aura in. Look at it. Surround your thumb. That aura is moving around your fingers and your thumb. Say hi to it. Hi, how are you? I love you. I'm glad to see you. Thank you. That's the aspect of you that'll go to the new heaven and the new earth and won't experience pain or death or hunger or tears. That's your spiritual essence, your aura. Now, with that, bless you. That's clean. That's that light treated you out. That's good. Now, I'd like to have all of you come with me, and I'm going to come and bring all of you with me. And we'll gather at that special place. We're looking across the street at a large golden building. That building is so beautiful and it's so tall. We raise up our eyes and like that green light, we can't see where it is. It goes through the clouds, but it's sparkling with lapis lazuli and jewels of every type. So we walk across the street and the revolving doors are there. We walk through the revolving doors into the lobby of a cathedral or a hotel lobby. It's a can't tell. It's a big, beautiful building. And the carpets are thick and plush, and they're iridescent. They light up and they sparkle. And the scents in there are beautiful, like the incense of the gods. It smells so good, and the walls and the ceilings are lit up with light, like the light around your body. It's glowing and pulsating. And the chandeliers are all these different colors, sparkling. So, all right, just cough that negativity out of you. It's coming out. There's no room for the light and anything harmful to your system. But there, over across the lobby, there's a golden elevator, a large one. We walk over to it. Our toes sink into that plush, beautiful, sparkling carpet. I hit the button, the doors come open, and we all file in that large elevator. All the beautiful colors and the smells are heavenly. When the doors close, I push the button to raise, and slowly at first we start to ascend up higher and higher, faster and faster. And it seems we're not going to stop. We don't know how high we could possibly go and how fast we could probably get there. But after what seems an eternity, we begin to slow down. And the elevator slowly comes to a glide. It stops and it settles. The doors open, and we all start filing out. And there we're in a lighted place, but the sun is not bright like it is here. It's kind of dimly lit. It's cool. And the atmosphere has a green and blue glow over it. There's a cobblestone winding sidewalk, and we start traveling down. And on either side of that winding sidewalk, there's fauna and plants, big, beautiful leaves, waxy and beautiful and shiny, and orchids and flowers with hummingbirds and bees with beautiful scents and dewdrops coming off of it. And the smells, that language are so beautiful, it's like nothing we experienced on earth. And as we walk to the end, we open up into a crystalline beach. And ahead you can see this infinite sea of what appears to be water. It's blue and green, but it's the healing essence. A whole ocean, a sea of healing essence. And we look to the left, and there are little children, like black-eyed pearls. They're playing and having fun in the sand. They live there. Those are called the Awalina. And they look at us curiously. And we look at them, and their eyes sparkle, and they smile. As we continue to walk forward, you follow me to the edge of what appears to be water, but now we know it's the healing essence. This smooth sand, it works through our toes, and it feels so warm and pervasive. It's just joy to be there, to breathe, and to walk, and to just be. We feel one with all, and all is one with us. As we go ankle deep into this sea of infinite healing, it's life itself. Further and further we walk. And those of you that are not that tall, begin to concern yourself with your nose. When it hits your nose, how will you breathe? I tell you to have faith and follow me, and you do. With that, when the water is finally over all of our heads, you realize that you're breathing now better than you ever did before on earth. And that this essence is not water, it's life itself. And you can't get enough of it. It overjoys your tired body. It resurges you with regeneration and the life force. You become one with it. It's like you renew and regenerate it. As we walk further down the sloping sand underwater, we see large seashells there and petrified trees, and all of us find a stone or a shell to sit on. And we sit down and get comfortable and just view our surroundings. as the water gently sways from side to side. You can see the colorful seaweeds and flowers going with the ebb and flow of the waters in a kind of a hypnotic state. Schools of fish that swim up to us in all these various colors, some we've never seen before. So vibrant and beautiful are the colors, as the fish look at us curiously as they flutter, and then they just turn around and dart away as if they're one shimmering body, one mind. When one moves, they all move together. And we just sit there until we can't tell where the sea begins and we end. We merge into this green essence, this healing blue essence. We become one with the healing. We become one with life itself. We are so satisfied, but yet it's so familiar. We're home again. And after we've washed ourselves clean in the water of Qatar, we stand up and start slowly and reluctantly marching towards the shore again. As we march up and get closer to the beach, we can see that sparkling blue and green sun breaking through the water over our heads. And we can hear the faint laughter of little boys and girls playing on the beach. And when we break the surface of the water, we keep walking forward, the sand caressing our toes. Oh, we feel renewed and refreshed. It's a new beginning, one that will never end. We feel refreshed and rejuvenated. And we see the children, and they smile bigger than ever with their eyes sparkling, because they have a knowing in their eyes. They look at us. They look at us because now they know that we are one with them and one with all again. And again, reluctantly, we take that winding path of cobblestones. These are special cobblestones under our feet because they vibrate and they give off a soothing warmth like a massage. And every stone lights up when you step on it in its own different color. Create the song, melodic music as we walk barefoot on these stones back towards that golden elevator. And when the doors open and we all file in on that thick pound carpet to smell those wonderful smells, the doors slide closed. I push the button, and slowly we start descending from I don't know how high, I guess infinity. And the more we go down, the faster we travel. We start dropping down further and further so fast that many of you all start levitating, easing up off the floor, and you find yourself suspended in the middle of the elevator between the ceiling and the floor. And it tickles your tummy as we slowly begin to come to a fluttering stop. Like a tree at the park in the fall when the leaves flutter down. We flutter slowly to a stop and you ease back down with your feet on the carpet. I push the button, the doors open up, and we walk back into that brilliant, beautiful lobby. Oh, and we walk through revolving doors. And I would take you further if I will on our next journey. But right now, I'm going to take you all back to your bodies and place your spirit, your mind calm back into your physical form and tell you to wake up. Now, I'd like you one by one to tell me what you experienced. Tell us what you experienced. What did you see? Who saw their aura? Just somebody be the first to start. Loud and clear. What did you experience?
This is Lucas. I did see my aura. It was nice and bright. Kind of skinny, because I haven't done it in a long time. But it was still really bright. And a slight tingling in my feet. And a rapid heartbeat, I think.
All right. And myself, I raise this vibration. And I can see the light all around my thumb and my fingers first. Mute your phone. I could see the light around my thumb and my fingers shining. And I raised up in vibration as we took that journey. And it felt good be coming to you all and connecting with you minds and becoming one with you all again. I haven't had that feeling since I went to Cheryl in London. It's good to be one with the Seraphat again, my family, to be reunited with you all. All right, the next person, what did you experience? Next brother or sister? All right, Baror, loud and clear, what did you experience?
Well, when my eyes were shut the whole time, when you told me to open my eyes, I looked up. I noticed all the colors inside of me. It was like a bluish green.
Yeah.
When I opened my eyes, I barely opened my eyes and I saw a cloud of bluish green everywhere, like vibrating everywhere, all around my fingers, and it was like punctuating energy. I could see like gas, in and out, and I could play with the gas and enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
From the back of my car. You said in the back of my car, and I did it in the back of my car.
All right. I'd like to give you all an exercise to do right now. If you're still in the dark, put your forefingers together. You know, like a little boy makes a pistol with his hand. Take your forefingers out and bring them together so they touch in the middle in front of your face. Let me know when you have the tips of your fingers touching on your left and right hand. You have it there? Now, slowly move it apart, back and forward. And you're going to see that line of light energy between your fingertips. That is your spirit connecting. Slowly move your fingertips apart and then back together. And you'll eventually see that light between your fingers. That's your spirit body.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, yeah. It's bigger and brighter than I ever saw it before. That's right. The thing is, we have to make that light brighter and brighter. Bring it forth. Tell that light to come forth in peace. Come forth, inner being, in peace. Come forth, inner being, in peace. Let us shine. Let us shine. Let us shine. We are one. All right. Next, brother and sister, what did you experience? Yeah, I know it's big too much. Yeah, I know. Our light is getting brighter. Our light is getting brighter. Jahada, what did you experience?
Wow. Exactly what I'm experiencing right now is white, glowing light. It actually has rainbow colors in there.
Oh.
And as far as my aura, I was able to see that aura, the blue and green, but it's also yellow, bright light that's pulsating around that.
Exactly.
And as you were speaking about, like close your eyes and imagine children playing, run through a field of flowers. I was 100% somewhere else.
I love it. I know. Welcome home. Welcome home, John. Welcome home. We love you. Everybody, welcome Jahada home, family. Family, unmute.
Welcome home, honey.
Welcome home.
Welcome
home.
We love
Welcome
you.
home, niece. Welcome home, niece. I love you so much.
I love you.
I know. Wow.
Yeah.
All praises due to the Most High.
All praises due to the Most High. That's right.
Oh, so peaceful.
Well, I know it is. It is really peaceful. I'd love you all to type out a testimony on the email and email it to me, so we can testify to the world to our experiences in this one night of many nights. That'll be very important. Please type out your testimonies and email them to me of what you experienced tonight. And know that I love you and I'm never separate from you. We are indeed all one. I proved that tonight when I made a mind link with everybody viewing different stars in different parts of the sky. That I'm one with every mind, and you know that. When I say I never leave you, that's a literal statement. I'm always with you. It's myself, divine love, an expression of the Most High, sent to you as a gift. Nitia ability, Amun-Rayay, Asa, the real Messiah, servant to the 144,000. Let's get to work. Wake up your brothers and sisters. Peace.